Hello out there, YouTube. Welcome back to my channel, Pollock's World of Entertainment. My name is Ed Pollock. Thanks for tuning in. Today, and in this video, I'm going to be discussing the WWE, which stands for World Wrestling Entertainment. It was formerly known as the WWF, and it had to change its name to WWE due to copyright infringement. So it has been WWE for quite some time now, but it's been around for decades and for a very long time. But it really, in the early 1980s, is when it got its big break, and that was with the introduction of Hulk Hogan. And he became the WWF or WWE champion, and he remained so for quite some time, and became a icon for the WWE. He was the icon. He brought the WWE to a whole new level of popularity. It was a boom in popularity, and so at this point, then they started to have they called Saturday Night Main Event. They had WrestleMania, they had Survivor Series, and like WrestleMania, Survivor Series, these would be pay-per-view events, and so that would be people tuning in and paying. And in more recent years, it has seemingly lost popularity, and there are a number of reasons for that. For one thing, the WWE had a reputation for being fake, and to be clear, it's not fake. It is scripted. It is planned out, but it's certainly not fake. The moves that these wrestlers are doing on each other are the moves. They take precautions for safety, but they're really throwing themselves around and getting thrown around. It can be it can get pretty brutal, and of course everything that happens in a match is planned out, is scripted, but but the moves themselves, I mean, even if you know it's coming, it still can be very, very rough, and it has been rough, and it's shown to be rough on wrestlers over the decades, and they have a long list of wrestlers who have passed away before their time at a very young age. The reason for the decline in popularity is, by my estimation, there's a number of factors. For one, it's that reputation of being fake. It basically caught up to it, and especially as reality TV became more of a thing as the 2000s rolled along, and the WWE was definitely not that. It was not perceived as being reality or anything like that. I personally lost interest. I used to love the WWF, or the WWE, and I lost interest. I lost interest for several reasons. Number one, it became more like a soap opera than than wrestling. It was more like a soap opera than wrestling, and I've never been a fan of soap operas. And it seemed like there was more extracurriculars than actual wrestling. And it got old. On top of that, there was nobody really new that came into the WWE. you still now you don't have the marquee names. The only marquee names you have are the marquee names that have been there for a decade or decades, and so they definitely would need to find that new icon, and but in order to do that, I would actually my recommendation would be to do a talent competition. Like you already have multiple talent shows on TV now, and they traditionally do well, at least at the beginning. And a talent competition for the WWE should be something that can be done with a pretty reasonable budget. You shouldn't have to go overboard on a budget for something like that. And if it does well, it can also boost your other events, your other TV, other things you have on TV, on pay-per-view, and on all of your different channels. And in doing so, it basically would be worth a try. And if it works, it could turn out to be it could boost the WWE's popularity to levels it hasn't seen in quite some time. And if it doesn't work, you're still talking about a pretty low production budget. Another thing that I would recommend for the WWE to do is let the wrestlers wrestle. There's only so much you want to have with extracurriculars as opposed to just actually watching a wrestling match. There's something to be said for that. When you have mostly extracurriculars and not much wrestling, yeah, it gets old because you're actually there to see a wrestling match, and you want to see wrestlers perform. You want to see them wrestle, and outside of that will sum it up. Thanks again for tuning in to my video, and stay tuned for more videos. Please give the video the thumbs up, and please also subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks very much, and everybody have a wonderful day.